Welcome back to our second portion of Repo when we dive right back into the Kavanaugh hearings with the guys. So I want to jump to the next level. I really wanted to, after that was said and done with the two hearings, then they were supposed to vote, and all of a sudden, Flack says, I think I'm just going to say yes. And he walks to the elevator. And the shit hit the fan, literally. And he said, that didn't influence me. So for those who didn't know, he goes to the elevator. They stop the elevator with two women who talks about their experience of being sexually assaulted and letting him know men like you are telling other women that it doesn't matter what we go through, y'all will, because you have the power, you're going to allow other men of power to do what they want to do to people like me. And they took turns, and then the one lady at the end said, look at me when I'm talking to you, because you saw the shame in his face. You saw that he was so uncomfortable that if he was an emotional guy, he would have probably broke down right there, because it made me feel like, oh my God, if someone came to me that way, I wouldn't even know what to do. You know?
Tell me my pain doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What do you even say to some shit like that?
And he went back and talked to the white man named Coon, and that's his boy. And he used is breaking up America. Nah, dude, you got girls and you got a wife, and you're okay with this. Those guys that you sitting with, you're saying, yeah, I agree with you. But he's only doing that because he's not fucking running. He would have gave in. He said that on 60 Minutes. He said, could you have made that decision if he was running for re-election? He said, oh, no way. No way. Yeah. And that's telling you the true politics of who we have in power. They're just going to go with party line or how do I get the votes so I can be reelected.
No courage.
None.
I mean, that's McCain wasn't perfect, but you got to get him motherfucker credit. At least he would have. You when he didn't give a fuck, he didn't give a fuck.
He didn't on any side.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. That's how I feel. And it's just like no sense of individualism, no courage, no anything. It's just a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, the way I look at it is if you just take a step back, it's like, bro, this is an interview. Like you know, the minute this comes out and somebody's like, you know, telling you a story about your candidate, your nominee that's supposed to take a major position, like from there, like your name's out the bag. You know what I mean? And like because they didn't want to investigate.
No,
you know,
they wanted to push it through.
They were just like, no, we're good. We don't want to deal with all that. And it's like, what are you doing? So it's just the whole problem with this whole thing is this is an interview. You know, so I don't even understand why we even are having this conversation. Like, you know, we can have the hearing, you know, just to hear her side, but then like the fact that you had these people talking about him in question, it's like, can we do better than this? Like, who else is on the list? Because I mean, I'm sure we're not going to like them either as a Democrat. But at least like, can you
other than this drunk
better?
Yeah.
Can you do better than this? I didn't hear a single Democrat say to the Republicans, "Hey, hold up, so this is your man right here." Like, you know what I mean? So, can you do better than this? What do you think? You think you can do better than this guy? This guy right here? Like, you know what I mean? Like a direct, like, okay, word. So this is who you got? Like, you know, I didn't. That's the kind of swag or the kind of like savviness, the kind of like the messaging that you want your Democrats to have, and I didn't hear none of that shit. No, it was just like talking about yearbooks and shit. And
but they were saying he's the most qualified guy, and they just kept saying that. But that doesn't mean he was. So did you hear what Michael Che said on Saturday Night Live? Which was fucking brilliant. I loved it. He said, "This is a job interview, and in a job interview, if you may have done something." You don't want to hire that motherfucker. If someone was living with me and they may have smoked crack, I don't want them in here. He went through some scenarios and he was like, if they may have, no, you don't want to have nothing to do with their ass. But yet, you willing to have this dude on the court yelling and screaming. He already determined from the beginning that he's partisan. He's absolutely a partisan toward the Republican Party. He already established that. That should automatically disqualify him to say you have to be
unlikable.
Yeah,
the word.
Yeah, you come on now. But they said nope. We got to get him in. First of all, we got to get him in because he's going to reverse the abortion deal. The second thing is Trump needs him, so they won't prosecute him. This is the only guy that's going to help us. There is nobody else. And in all honesty, when you say, is that your guy? According to Trump, this is the only guy. So y'all can say what the fuck you want, but this is the only guy.
Say it.
Say it. Say it.
Say it. Oh my God, that video is so funny.
I didn't even get why he would say that though. So I kept going back in my mind and say it. What? Say it.
Well, we're talking about the Trump video. Trump was being interviewed, and when people was asking questions, he would say it, like say the question.
Yeah, say
like
it.
I guess he would pick them. It was just like say
it. Say it.
And
I think he.
Oh my God!
I think that was just his. Like, I don't know if his brain was like all the way there. I think he thought he was saying something else, but it was
coming out saying,
I'm
say
so
it.
smooth right now.
Say it.
Hey, say it.
I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Say it. You say it. What you got to say? Say it. Say it. I was like, what the fuck? But he kept doing it. It's not like he didn't even hear himself saying, oh shit. I'm saying, say it. No, go ahead. What happened to go ahead or you're next? Say it.
He don't have that. He doesn't. He on the fly. He just doesn't. I swear, when you watch his press conferences, when he's like, he thinks he's being candid. He thinks he's being smooth, but he's not. Like,
yeah,
nothing,
he's not.
There's nothing like smooth about him. There's nothing like I don't feel confident. Like he's like, it's nothing. The guy would be scary if he actually had his shit together and he was actually saying shit that we just didn't agree with. But he just don't even like. But it's like, bro, put a sentence together. Like, you know, what are you saying?
It's scary anyway because they already revealed that they've been taking shit off his desk, so his ass won't be signing declarations of war and shit. They already saying we're protecting a country. Everybody got a nerve to be mad. No, you can't be mad at these people. You can't. Just because you tell on him, they say, look, I can go tell everybody, and what's going to happen? Nothing. So I'd rather stay here and help everybody than just to sit here and say, I'll just quit. And then the people just keep quitting and he just keep doing crazy shit. No, I want you to be there. I need you there. Fuck that. I don't want to handle the truth. Fuck that. I can't. That's just ridiculous to me. But and I said that with Flake is because now they got the investigation. So he gave them a lifeline and said, yes, let's have a limited scope investigation. And then the limited scope went to 2 people. Then the limited scope said, I guess you can go with anybody. Then the limited scope said you can be with everybody, but no matter what, we having a vote on fucking Friday. It's like, okay, all right. And then you hearing all these people said, look, I've been trying to call the FBI, and them motherfuckers is like, you don't supposed to call us. Look, I got some evidence. And they was like, well, call the 800 number. They was like, what the fuck? I got some shit for your ass.
Yeah, and people were calling their senators or their local whoever in office, and then they don't really answer them. You know what I mean? Like they kind of bring them around in circles because they know they only have 1 week to do the whole investigation. So you can't really. Yeah, that's what I hated about the whole thing. It was like, oh, okay, so. I'll say yes as long as we have an investigation, but only if it's up to 1 week. And it's like, bro, hold on, wait, like, just have an investigation. Why are we rushing? But obviously they're trying to get it done before the
elections,
November. Yeah.
Yep, they got to, no matter what. But the thing is, I think the the governor of Alaska and somebody else from Alaska told the senator, we're against this guy. So we letting you know now. I think it's Claire McCaskill. Is that her? Or is it the other one?
I forget her name.
Yeah, it's the other one. But they said we're against her. We're against this nomination. We're letting you know that right now. So understand where we stand. So if her constituents are saying that, the governor and the representatives there are saying, you may keep in your cards close to your vest, but I'm telling you what, if we find out you did this, you can give up your career.
Yeah, I think that you know what I think is going to happen is the investigation is going to make it even more forget the whole sexual, so what they call it, sexual harassment, sexual misconduct.
Yeah, I think sexual assault, really.
Rape. Yeah, assault.
No,
yeah,
sexual assault.
It's going to be bigger than that. It's the investigation is going to bring out the drinking. It's going to bring out the odd behavior, the attitude issues, the
lying
anger issues.
The lying.
Yeah,
he lied on. Yeah, he lied to Senate.
Yeah, so they're going to all of a sudden realize, oh wait a minute, I don't like this dude. Like it's going to bring out the stuff that we as Democrats have always seen of these people. You know, like he doesn't respect women the way he should. You know, and
he's a drunk.
Going to put that out. Yeah, well, he's a drunk. He's a mean drunk.
Mean drunk. Yeah.
He's just an asshole. That's all it's gonna be. It's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, oh, so he is true. He's a straight up asshole. And then, do you want this guy in? And it's gonna be like, okay, maybe he didn't do that one thing, but this.
We couldn't prove that he did that one thing.
We couldn't. Yeah, but you gotta be careful because Republicans do this black and white thing.
Yeah, he did or he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but did he do that though? And it's like, no, he didn't. And then it's like, okay, then he can be it. It's like, nah, like it's about you want good people in.
Yeah, integrity.
Yeah. So the longer it's gonna be in, you start creating a profile of this person, and that's once it comes out that this dude had, because that's what the media is doing right now. You have all these stories coming out about how his friends, they say that he was a drunk. He blacked out a lot. He would go to parties. He started fights.
He threw ice in somebody's face, and then his boy threw a glass. But there was no police report. No one was arrested, but the police report was submitted. So they got that.
Yeah.
Which he said, well, no, I never got into any trouble. And because your frat boys and all of that, y'all got the privilege of not being fucking arrested.
That's the shit with black people that we get arrested for, but they don't. And he's just getting by, but he's doing all the wild shit. It's just that's the shit. So when those stories come out, I mean, I think it's gonna fuck up his profile, his image. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So Chaz, when you looking at it, you looked at. We discussed it the last time when you said way back, high school, but then. The next woman said this was in college, and then the last woman was and the picture showed up. Did y'all see the picture? That the one woman, the third woman, was kind of like, look, I don't even want to be by that motherfucker, because when he showed up for the wedding, like I think 10 years ago, she was like, no, I don't want to have nothing to do with that motherfucker.
I saw the picture. I didn't see the story, but
So
one of the accusers.
So one of the accusers was, I think that was Ramirez. She was on the far end, and he was on the right-hand side. And then one of the witnesses said she tried to stay away from him because of what happened previously. But he was trying to say, now, we was all friends. We had a tight-knit crew. And she was like, nah, not me. Fuck that, not me.
Oh, yeah. No, did she have a nickname or something? And she was like, first of all, that's not my name. Or
I don't know about that one.
Didn't know that they called me that. Maybe I'm getting. There was another situation where, his little yearbook the
one lady, the one that they said, oh, she's just a good friend. She was like, no, I wasn't friends with him, and that's fucking
and
insulting.
They probably called her, and her nickname was probably Tiggle Ditties or some bullshit. I don't know. She was like, oh my god, I didn't know they called me that.
Yeah, it was very insulting.
Right. So look,
what I'm saying, when we looked at it, and when our initial conversation was like, this is some bullshit. Wow, high school. I don't know how to feel about that. But I know this guy had some problems because of how he legislated.
Mm-hmm.
But then, after we had the podcast, we found that these women were talking about now that he's in college. And then after that, he's slamming some woman outside of a bar, sexually and aggressively, pawing his hands all around her. But that woman, which was with Avenatti, they couldn't get the witnesses, and one of the witnesses was dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said at the very beginning, like with the high school situation, I'm like, wow, that was a hard situation. So anything after that, well, first, not even that, just the fact that I like beer. This is an outrage. It's just his shit was just a disaster. Like, he literally got on TV talking about, we used to go work out because I was cool.
I was cool. We was cool.
Yeah, it was just
drinking was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we had beers. It was just, I can only imagine if that's how he describes himself in high school. He must have just been a complete animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I don't even need to see anything else. Like, okay, this motherfucker. Anything anybody else has to say about him? Oof. This shit has to be, it has to be credible because he's discrediting himself.
Yeah. But will they vote to confirm?
Oh, in terms of the vote, though, it's just that one's tough because I don't know if the word is polarization. Like I said earlier, I used the phrase radicalized polarization. Mm-hmm. So not just in the actual like the voters, electorate, but the actual elected. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, back and forth with that. So I don't know if they care. So because what if it's like everything's a battle? Yeah. So it's almost like if we don't elect, if we have to put somebody else on, we win, they win versus we
versus
lose.
Let's just get a better person. It should be easy to say, look, fuck, cut our losses and get the next person up.
Yeah, but everything just measured, calculated thing. Everyone's keeping points. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't have the answer to that one, to be honest.
What about you, E?
I don't have a prediction either.
I don't really know. It's like Chad said. I think it's like political points right now. So it's Republicans. Everything is just, did he do it or not? Like, everything's going to be based off of did he actually do the sexual assault or not, and then did he break did he break any laws? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Boys are being boys. Why are we talking about high school? Why are we talking about college? Yeah, I'm sure you did stuff in college. Yeah. Did he get arrested? It's going to be the stuff like that. It's going to be the things that are like that, that they put into the legal system. Did he ever get arrested about anything? Did he? It's going to be things about. But he was number one on the varsity team or the starting quarterback, and you see the calendars, and it's going to be all the irrelevant stuff, all the stuff that that doesn't really prove that he's a good man. It's just it's so that's going to be their argument, and then I hate to say this, I almost feel like he's probably going to sneak in because it's the minute
that'll be a disaster, bro.
I agree.
I agree. But
like, I hate
understand that here.
I hate having to do this whole this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing. It's like I don't think they run that way though, and that's just the world we're in right now in the government. Yep. Like, I don't want it to be because he's not. It didn't seem like he's the best person. Forget the whole Republican versus Democrat. I don't even think he's a likable dude. He just seems like an asshole to me. But
yeah.
But that's not the way the Republicans have a totally different like measuring system on that kind of thing. Like, they don't
country club.
Yeah. Like, he'd probably be great to play golf with.
Yeah.
Like. I think he fits that bill, so they don't know why we're even questioning him.
Being a cigar bar with, we sitting there. Yeah. That's that guy I like talking to about, hey, remember we was in Yale and have another cigar and a scotch.
Let's go to the titty bar. Yeah, you and me.
So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that there's a couple of Republicans that know or feel that they're going to lose their political capital if they vote for this guy. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the evidence that's coming out. It's going to be what people already feel, that I don't need to see no more evidence. I really don't. This motherfucker should not be on the Supreme Court. I don't need to see anything else. And if they take that chance and say, because I didn't get any more evidence, I'm voting yes, they're going to, I think voters and people who just seen the difference between a credible woman who sacrificed and being harassed and ran out of her home and death threats. And I don't want to say she was meek, but she was soft-spoken and really, she just seems too believable to me to be able to say, I'm making this shit up because I don't like this guy. But he made himself seem like, I don't remember because I get drunk so fucking bad that if I don't know I did it, then I didn't do it. And you can't make me admit to anything because I don't remember. But I'm still not going to admit that I fucking black out because I know I black out. So at least at a minimum, I'm going to say I didn't black out.
Right. Yeah.
At a minimum. You know what I mean? And then when everybody's standing over him, we was at a party together. It was 3 of us. And the third man was laying on the ground, blacked out. And his name is Brett Kavanaugh. Because he wasn't aware of that date. That's why he didn't put it on his fucking calendar.
Fucking assholes.
But this is the thing what's going to happen, though. Now you're going to pay the penalty for all those years of fucking lying. And the shit that you did because he lied. There's some other things other than the sexual assault that when he was in the Bush administration, he lied about. When he spied on the Democrats and said he knew nothing about it, but he received a memo that said in the writing, spying. He had that. So if they went after him, they can get him on that and he can get impeached. So they got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But if they don't have the authority to do it, they're going to get fucked.
And the other thing, too, is he was under oath in that hearing.
Yep.
So any lie that he made, it's impeachable. I mean, it's illegal to lie to Congress.
Yeah.
So
and they find out.
That's a thing. Yeah. That's actually a thing that should keep him from just getting, from getting being nominated anyway. Not nominated, but,
I would hope so.
Yeah. So if they say, hey, look, he's confirmed, then they'd be like, okay, now we're going to prosecute him. What? Yeah, he lied. You knew he lied. And we still not going to not, prosecute his ass. Come on now. Yeah. We told you before y'all voted, and your dumb motherfuckers went and did it anyway. We still going to prosecute his ass. And then you got a sitting judge that's being prosecuted for lying to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was only about beer.
They already have him too, by the way, lying. It was some. He said something about I forget the girl. It might have been the Ramirez girl you were talking about. Like he said he didn't. He heard about some story from the New Yorker or something. Like he didn't know about Ramirez's story or something like that.
Yeah, he never heard it.
A text message. Yeah, and then there was a text.
Oh yeah, did you hear that?
That the FBI had
in July.
You're right. That immediately counters what he just says. Yeah. Like it's just that by itself. Like it's he officially lied. Like that's the FBI has that. The problem is the FBI can't do anything about that.
No, they can't prosecute him, but they can reveal as evidence that no, he was aware of this, and all of the Democrats have to say is he lied. You realize he lied. Well, I forgot. It's not about forgetting, bro. You was under oath. When you didn't want to say anything, you said, I don't remember, I don't recall. But you said, no, I do not know this woman. I had no idea until it came out about a week ago. But yet in July, you start texting people to say, try to discredit this woman before it gets out from here. So you was politicking with these people to try to get this hush hush before it got there. So you knew shit was gonna come out,
right?
Which made it interesting. But what will happen? To me, soon as if they don't confirm him, they still should prosecute his ass and get him off the bench because he's a reckless bastard.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Democrats need to just be like, is this the best you can do?
Yep.
Like, put him on the spot. Should we even trust you guys to pick, our next Supreme Court justice? Like,
yeah, obviously not.
I ain't hear none of that. Right, but I didn't hear none of that. Like, they're not speaking our language. They're using all these other political terms. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, just straight up say they don't know how to pick the right guy.
You picking bad people.
Right.
That's all you doing. Yeah. Or if not, is this the people that you are accustomed to being around? So that tells a lot about you as opposed to what we putting on our bench. So are you comfortable with this? Because now I know the type of people you throw it on their ass. Yeah. How dare you? Yeah. How dare you? No. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I mean, beyond, you can kind of, sometimes at work, there's people where you say, beyond just being cordial, making small talk, if we were to talk politics, we would probably never disagree. I mean, we'd probably never agree.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking in terms of just the United States right now. It's just...
because we're divided.
I don't know where... Kind of like where you just say, are we at that point to where you say, you know what, I don't give a fuck, or I'm going to see this through, and we're just going to vote for this guy. So for people voting, I mean, women are super galvanized, but beyond that, it's like, for the people who are, digging in, is just what's going to galvanize them to see a different perspective, and vice versa. I try to definitely be open. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but when I look at the other side, I'm not seeing anything I can latch on to. Where can I say, like, yeah, that's a great idea? No, I'm not seeing it. Like, I try to be open to tax and, deregulation and all that. I think there's an argument to be had for any economic reform. But, when you say fuck the environment, I'm like, okay, no. Yeah, we only have one of those. So just other policy where I open myself up to, let me see the benefits of XYZ, instead of constantly where, the right wing is just, all people do is bash. It's just a constant. On the other side, it's just they're so locked into tunnel vision. And again, you got to be careful on social media because it could be a Russian account. But it appears to just be a constant, you guys don't know what you're talking about. You're liberals, you're snowflakes. Trump is doing a great job, best president ever. There's all these accolades and such, and I'm just not. I'm really not understanding, what's going on. So I don't know, man.
It's the kind of mentality. I think the nation has been split, and I think we've chosen sides. It's just the amount of people on what side is going to sway whatever we go. But the worst part of that is, depending on the situation, if the certain amount of people don't continue, we're fucked. So we may have 60%, but if 10% doesn't come out and the one person and we split our vote, we lose all over again. And then we're going right back to this cycle because it's almost that close.
So subject for next time, because I'm really curious about what you guys think. The context is James Baldwin, American writer, left the U.S. and, to go to France. I watched the Quincy Jones documentary on Netflix the other day.
Okay.
Quincy Jones left the U.S. to study under a classical composer in France as well, in Paris, just to grow his career just because of limited opportunities here. And I'm wondering, are we going to see a renaissance of Black Americans go to Europe to just not have to deal with this whole whatever? I'm really curious about you guys' perspective on this for next time.
Mm-hmm. Canada.
Let's Next time, I really want to get into the subject because like I know for your daughter, like, do you see the United States being viable long term in terms of society and such? Are you that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, we're already thinking about making trips one day. I mean, when she gets a little older.
So y'all had those conversations already, low key.
I mean, not like seriously, but the conversation happened. You know what I mean?
So, okay. So what happened for your family, what I'm saying, is probably happened for others. So I really want to dig into this subject.
Yep. I think that's something. And then when you look at that too, make sure you think about the political environment that you would like to be. Of course. You know what I mean? Because you leaving one and going into another, especially European. So, no, great, guys. I really wanted to talk through this Kavanaugh deal. It really kind of blew me away the way it turned out. And especially when we were so close of having the previous podcast, then seeing this, I said, hey, we had to get back on and, really give our input on that. So I really appreciate your stopping on, and we'll get back to it. But we're going to add that first caveat in, and because at the end of the week, there will be a result that we're going to have to be dealing with. On top of USMC, the United States Marine Corps, United States, Mexico, Canada.
Shit is so dumb, man.
Treaty, the idiot.
Shit is dumb.
Yeah, so
should have just called it NAFTA. That
just
was
left
North
it at
American
NAFTA.
Free Trade Agreement. That's fine.
He just wanted it to be his. So, but that one and the China agreement, all of that is probably going to be part of something, but we'll see. Anywho, last thoughts. Anything for us?
Nah, just praying that the right decision is made with this whole Kavanaugh deal, but we'll see.
It'll change our country as you get on it, though.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man.
God, man.
Chaz, what's up?
Shit, Robert Mueller, where you at, baby?
Where are you when we need you?
Hey, watching TV and waiting for an athlete to do something like football.
Right.
Like, hey, we need number 21 needs you to make some plays, baby.
Yep.
Go out there.
You need to come on in. You need to come on in and make a play.
I need Robert Mueller. The clock's ticking. 2 minute warning.
Eli, what are you doing?
What a bum ass Eli.
Bum ass.
All right.
Anywho. Thanks for stopping by Rethink Politics. Every Monday we try to get in and get our political opinions and thoughts based on the current conditions of today. So check us out every week. We appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next time on Rethink Politics. Later.